Hi, I'm Lucine. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're making a twister pop-up card, which is surprisingly easy. The link to the Cricut template is down in the comments. You can also get that on my Facebook group, Cricut Lovers Friendship Group. I'm going to have a template, cut and paste template, or one you can just get the dimensions off of and draw your own on my blog. So if you don't have a Cricut, again, the files are down in the comments, then you can go to my blog. That's lindalucine at blogspot.com, and I will have the template there that you can just cut and paste, or you can use the dimensions that I'll give you to draw your own. Please come to Cricut Lovers Friendship Group and join it, and you can email me if you have questions. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start with the design mat. If you're using the Cricut, there's a couple things you might need to know. If you're using the template off my blog, then just go ahead and fast forward all the way till you see the next little pink square. That's where we'll be starting to put the card together. Right, when you open the design, this is what your page is going to look like at 100%. Right there, if you want to change it, everything shows up. You've got your top of your card, your two panels you'll need for the middle of your card. They're in blue, as well as the background and the mechanism. If you want to change the colors of that, just go over to the layer panel, click on one, and change it. I actually do the pieces you've got in blue here in a pattern, but you can do it in any color, any pattern you want. Just depends on what you put on the screen. The mechanism up here is nothing but lines and score marks. So that's why you can see through it. It is attached. Do not unattach it. If you do, you'll get a big mess. However, if you do not want to cut it out as the same color as the rest of the things that are in blue, just come over to the side panel, click on one of the lines, and then go up and change the color. Don't click on one of the score marks, just click on one of the lines, and it'll let you change the color of the piece. But even though you've changed the color, it's still going to look clear and see-through. Don't worry about it. If you change with the color of one line, that will change the color of the whole thing, even though you can't tell that it's been changed. Okay, here we are on the cut panel, and there's a couple things. If you are cutting on 8.5 by 11, then you might want to change that to be 8.5 by 11. If, however, you are using 12 by 12 cardstock for what I've got blue, which are your panels, for some reason it puts one of the panels on a different card, and you can actually fix that. If you go before you hit continue, go to that panel that has the single one there, click on it, and there's three little dots there at the top, and it'll say move it to another mat. Move it over to the other blue mat, hit up confirm, and it's going to take it and it's going to put it right there. And all you have to do is turn that sideways. Well, I say all, it is pretty easy to do for the most part, is turn that all the way sideways. We'll get it there in a minute. There it goes. And then just move it down into the corner. There is plenty of room for all 5 of your pieces there on a 12 by 12 piece of designer cardstock. There you go. But again, if you have 8.5 by 11 card for everything, then just go over where it says 12 by 12 there and switch that to 8.5 by 11, and it'll fix all your pieces. Okay, we're going to move over to the table now and put our card together. It's going to be a lot easier than you think. Okay, we're going to put the mechanism together, and it's really super simple. It's unbelievably simple. All right, so I've got my card. This is just a regular 5.5 by 4.25 inch store-bought card. If you do not have any store-bought cards, cut yourself a piece of 11 by 8.5 inch cardstock, just score it down the middle, and you'll have a card. We're going to use a landscape. You can actually probably do it the other way, but I didn't do landscape. All right, so you will need your card, your mechanism, and whatever you've decided to use for your cover pieces. Now I've got the circle ones here. There's also pumpkins and squares, and you can do diamonds. You can do anything you wanted. So let's start with the mechanism here. Okay, the first thing you're going to do, it's already cut and scored. is just fold it in half. So right on the fold lines, I'm going to fold it exactly in half, and I'm going to burnish it down really good to here. And then you've got a little V shape right here. You're going to fold that down here, and you're going to fold the other one right smack up even together. You want those close, close, close. You don't want any space between them at all. And burnish that down. Then flip it around the other way. So you folded them both directions. And you don't want any space between it. Get them close together and then burnish it down. And now you're going to open it back up. And you're going to set it down. And when you put your finger in the middle, these ends are going to pop right up automatically. And what you need to do is you take a hold of both ends, like so, and you just pinch them together and then bring it up. And it's going to automatically come right up. You're going to lay it down, and you're going to have a T with a little hat. Burnish that down. And that is it. That is your mechanism. I'm going to put it in the card. I'm going to cut a little bit of the tip off, just so it can get a little bit snugger up in the snug in the card. All right, I'm going to take my glitter glue, and I'm going to glue the back side of the T, just the top part and the little hat. Be generous with your glue. It's holding your whole piece together. Center that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just center it, eyeball it. Get that in there. And squish it down. And I'll put glue on the top side. Okay. And bring the lid and squish that down. And burnish that. Get it good. Now normally I would stick something on that and set it aside and let it dry while I decorated the card part. But we'll go ahead and just do it. But this is it. Look at that. It's completely done. That is your mechanism. All done. All right, I am going to fold this back. Do not fold this back. Okay, I'm just doing it so you can see what I'm doing inside the card. All right, this is your card. The first thing you're going to do is fold it in half toward yourself. Then you're going to fold both of the outside edges back. So what you've got is a mountain sandwich. You've got a mountain and two valleys. That is the decorative part of your card. All right, now fold it all together, and you want the mountain fold toward you. Okay, so the mountain is toward you, and you're going to put it in your card. You're going to have this laying down flat, and you're going to slide it in between the two arms, just like that. You want it centered pretty well. Okay, you want to keep those together. And you do not want this hanging off the edge of your card. I leave very little, maybe a 1/16 of an inch at the most. You don't need too much. Then what you're going to do is glue this arm down. I'm putting the glue here. Keep this, when you glue this in, make sure that you don't have any daylight down here between these stems. You don't want any room in there. If you have any room between there, it's going to set a little lopsided. And then you're going to flip that over. Do not fold it back. Okay, I'm just doing that so you can see. Then you, I glued that in crooked. All right, then you're going to glue this piece down and pay attention to what you're doing. Unlike I just did, because I glued that in crooked, so it's going to come up a little crooked. All right, put that down, and that's it. Watch this. I open the card, and it's going to pop right out. Okay, it's not as crooked as I thought it would be. So there's your card, all ready to decorate. Now this is normally why I would have decorated it first. You cannot lay this flat. This will not lay flat. So when you glue these on, you're going to be gluing them on. You're going to be gluing your stuff up while this is up in the air. Don't try to squash this down flat because you'll break your mechanism. It doesn't lay flat this way. It lays flat that way. Okay, you've also got 3 rectangles. The biggest rectangle is your outer sheet, so you put that on before you decorate it. Then you've got 2 smaller ones. I usually cut these out of the same thing that I cut my mechanism out of, simply because when I put this in place, right here on top of this, it covers up the edge. And when it's put in right, you can't even tell where the edge of the mechanism starts and your decoration ends. So you've got your decoration pieces there, and you can decorate those with sayings and stuff so that it looks like this. So it's all cool. And again, decorated there and there, any way you want. Okay, have fun. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. The information for contacting me is going to be at the end. So if you would like to check out my blog, Lucine at blogspot.com. This is my YouTube channel, Lucine Smith. My Facebook group is Cricut Lovers Friendship Group. And you can always email me if you have questions. Okay, till next time. Bye.